This Chandra's on fire! This Chandra's on fire! Whoa, whoa! Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here to talk about the Chandra comic controversy and something that I think is actually an even bigger deal that we need to talk about. But first, let us speak of the comic book. So, recently, this cover page came out for the Chandra comic book. We'll take a look at it here, showing Tibalt and Chandra. Now, the whole issue is supposed to be, oh no, it's a woman and she's down prone in front of a strong man, and you can't depict women in this fashion. But that honestly, it's an entirely non-issue in the first place. But I think that's just basically denigrating the strength. To say a woman can never, it's like only a man is strong enough to be shown knocked down. Like, it's a weird sort of non-argument, really. So that's the entire controversy, and to me, it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Let's take a look at what's going on in the artwork, right? You have Tibalt. He's standing there with a big flaming fist kind of thing, well, embery, smoky kind of fist, and he's standing there with that big smile on his face right over Chandra, like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? While she's down there looking defiant too. I would like to add that she doesn't look like she's given up. She looks like somebody who got knocked down and is standing back up to be like, all right, let's do this. Like, this doesn't look like I've got you beaten. It looks like I've got the upper hand, clearly, for Tibalt, but it doesn't look like he's got her beaten. Now, let's take a look at the little flavor blurb that they currently have for the comic here. It says, Tibalt's attacks on Chandra get more personal and closer to home as he thrives on her anguish. Meanwhile, Johnny tries to help her make peace with the events of her past, but will Chandra's outrage be enough to overcome the devilish planeswalker's empathic onslaught? Now that is pretty interesting. It goes on to say Vitalia, Alia, and Harvey Talibio continue their exploration of one of Magic's most popular and powerful characters, pushing her closer to the brink than ever before. Now, I think it's interesting to find out that Tibalt is coming back. Now, they're drawing on the storyline from the actual set. So they're pulling this story from Ravnica Allegiance, which is coming out in January, and then whatever the set is for the spring as well, they're drawing from that story as well. So that was interesting to find out when Tibalt was coming back. And more interesting was to learn Tibalt's backstory. He's an incredibly interesting character. It's unfortunate that the first iteration of his Planeswalker card was so poor, because actually I recommend you go back. The video that I put out just before this one is talking about how cool Tibalt is as a Planeswalker. It goes over how he was created, how cool he is. He's a very compelling villain character. He feels like he could have been a black Planeswalker easily. But anyhow, he's included in this, which is very interesting to me, because what you have to remember, and part of the problem is that his first card was garbage, but when you see a Planeswalker card, it only represents one aspect, one picture of that Planeswalker caught in a moment in time. You know what I mean? And that's why you'll have 18 different variations of a Planeswalker. These are at different points in their existence where they've had different experiences. They are focused on different powers, different abilities they're willing to lend you in those moments. So we saw a very narrow, tight view of Tibalt. Now, we could easily see a different costed, powerful, attractive Tibalt Planeswalker card in terms of you actually want to play with them in your deck. We don't have that yet, but he is a compelling character. Now, this all ties together, talking about these different Planeswalkers and the different aspects you see in different times in life, tying into Chandra. And this, to me, is the really big deal about Chandra, and it also ties into the video we talked about where we're talking about how lazy everything is. Chandra has a really lazy aspect to her design in that every name iteration, every time they name her, it's just Chandra is on fire. That's what ties into the intro of the video. Chandra's, every iteration of her, obviously, except for Chandra Nalar, just has flaming something in the name, basically. It's Chandra Ablaze, Chandra Bold Pyromancer, Chandra Fire of Kaladesh, Chandra Roaring Flame, Chandra Flamecaller, Chandra Pyrogenius, Chandra Pyromaster, Chandra the Firebrand, and Chandra Torch of Defiance. So they just show her on fire, and they just put fire in her name. And it's boring, and it does a massive disservice to the character because it makes it feel like she's not growing. Other Planeswalkers have pivotal moments in their history illustrated even in the names of the cards. You've got Gideon of the Trials. You've got Jace the Living Guild Pact, right? From when Jace was literally the Living Guild Pact. That's a massive moment, right? And then you've got a bunch of examples. You've got Liliana of the Veil, where she's made this pact. She's made pacts with demons. She's getting the Chain Veil to get herself free from the demons. And this is the step where she's become Liliana of the Veil. You get these sort of things. You'll have like Nissa World Waker, when she awakens the dormant world. Like if they were to do the same thing they've done, like Chandra Blaze, Chandra Pyromancer, Chandra Pyrogenius, it would be like Nissa, Elf Champion, Nissa, Elf Lover, Nissa, Elf Hugger, Nissa, that lady who brings elves. Like, I know that's a little bit ridiculous, but that's what this is. Chandra's just set her on fire, put fire in her name. It does a disservice to the character, and what I want to show you now is I want to show you a black and white sketch of Chandra where they haven't finished it, all the flames haven't been added in, and I want you to just look at the face and look at the character there. There's so much more that could be done with this instead of just, she's on fire, yeah, fire something, flaming lady, light her up, burn her down. Now, of interesting note, I did actually happen to find a Chandra that doesn't have flaming in the name, but it's one you guys aren't going to be familiar with because you haven't seen it in any booster packs. You can't get this from a booster pack. I'm going to show it to you right now because this is interesting, and it will illustrate to you just how much my point is being made, okay? When I show you this card, you'll go, what? So here we go. Boom. Chandra Gremlin Wrangler. What are you looking at? No, this isn't a fan-made card. This is real. This was created and printed. This exists. Now let's take a look at it. 2 red, 2 colorless, 3 loyalty. It creates gremlins, okay? The first ability, +1. Create a +2/+2. Not create a +2/+2. Create a 2/2 red gremlin creature. A -2, Chandra Gremlin Wrangler deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of gremlins you control. Sure, I could set things on fire by myself, but teamwork can be fun too. See, this is flavorful. It's like, how did she become a Gremlin Wrangler? This is a bit of ridiculousness to it. Obviously, this is tied into the world of Kaladesh as well. When you look at it immediately, you know this is Kaladesh. I like the cards that tie people to different worlds. I mean, you've got Nissa, like the voice of Zendikar and things like that. And sure, they did call the one card Chandra, like Flame of Kaladesh. But it's just everything is flaming. Every single thing except for this. So you're wondering what this is. Well, that's what we're going to cover in today's third video, because this is actually part of another subset of special magic cards. This isn't the only one I have to show you, and we'll talk more about these in the next video. So that being said, let us check in with the 6th color of magic.
Hey Tim, it was totally cool hanging out and kicking back a little bit, reminiscing about old times. Oh yeah, man, I really like your hat. It's very purple. No, it's not 94 style. That's kind of like 95 style probably. No, not summer 94. No, definitely not. No, Tim, listen, it's stop trying to fake yourself, man. Just remember, with that hat, you're the 6th color of magic too. No matter what vintage.
A friendly reminder that I do indeed have a second channel and would love for you to come and hang out over there. I'll link a video at the end for you if you want to come and check that out. That being said, let's roll the golden scroll, because it's time for me to get on up out of here. I got more work to do. I got another video coming today. That's right, we're doing the hat trick. 3 videos in one day. Some people make what? 1 video a week? You know, they're lazy. What are you going to do about it, huh? So, what's next, my friends? What's it going to be? Do you want to come on over and check my other channel, or you want some more magical goodness on this one? Hail to the king, baby!